not. Yes.
No, I'm recording to my
Good.
computer.
Okay. Good afternoon. Good evening, everyone. Welcome. Ah, it took a while, but we are here and we're set to go. Setting, I know him from the ship, and I think that Dora, maybe Richard, they're the only ones who are gonna know what his job is all about. He's still doing that, but not on the ships anymore. And it's very interesting. I mean, back then, we used to look up at him like, wow, he has a very nice job and how fancy he is. He's so sophisticated. Anyhow, I'm not going to talk much about it because you guys have to ask him the questions. So, anyhow, welcome here, Setting. When I contact you, you were like very receptive. You said right away, yes, and I'm very happy to have you here. So let's start with the questions, guys. I know him from the ship once again. All right. So please, Setting, you first. You just tell us a little bit about you, and then you can start with the questions. Okay. Thank you.
All right, guys. This is Çetin. I am from Turkey. I'm living in South Jersey, currently in United States. I moved to United States in 2018. Uh, Luckily, I won the green card lottery, so that's how I entered the country. So not like most of the people is going through to Mexico and get it in there. But like Simon said, we know each other from the cruise ship, and I was the butler in that time. And previously, I did make some head butler, food and beverage manager, hotel director position on the land as well. And currently in United States, I am working as a butler too, because this is, I mean, I've been offered to join one of the team in the casino. So that's why I accepted. It's, for me, it's like waking up from the sleep and then doing whatever you know the best. So that's the reason I am doing up. I am open any kind of question. Go ahead, guys.
Okay. First of all, who knows what a butler is? Okay, so I thought so. Okay, I thought so. Okay, Richard, so go ahead. Please give us a little explanation about his job, and then I think some questions will definitely come up.
Okay, the butler.
I
Well,
was wondering, Setting, if Richards, because he
yeah,
also worked
okay,
in the
yeah,
ship.
sure,
Do you remember
sure.
him, by the way, Richard from South Africa?
I
I
don't see it.
I
I
remember
don't see it
certain.
in the picture.
Can you not see me?
Oh yeah, now I do. Now I do.
Yeah.
Hi, Richard. How are you?
I was a lot younger and a lot prettier back then.
Oh, come on.
Well, the time have different aging progress, so it's no worries. We all been through the same time zone.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember joining the cruise ships and like Simone said, we used to look up to the butlers because their job was very demanding on the ship we were on. The Harmony it was extremely demanding. Um, Yeah, I came on, and the butlers are basically there 24/7 on call on a ship, and they don't
Yeah,
serve just one client; they have various clients. So, and the service has got to be basically 110% all the time, and they've got to perceive what those clients want at any stage, and that's how demanding it was on the ship. I remember seeing the butlers, and it was basically just watching them do this the whole time.
absolutely, absolutely. Well, the butlers are is the demanding. I mean, you have to be able to fulfill any kind of request comes from the guest. Of course, it's the respect is the most important issue. Of course, there is some requests cannot be fulfilled, but most of the things that they been, I mean, we have to be able to answer and fulfill any request comes from the guest, from the shore excursions, from the parties, private parties. The service is the least that what we do, I'm breakfast, lunch, dinner, if they want it in the room, this is the least what we can do. But beside that, we have to fulfill any other request that come from the guests. And currently, I'm working in the casino, and over here, it's different. On the land, when we want something, it's happened like this. But in the land, there is too many formalities, so I'm still trying to adapt.
I bet you are. Okay, guys, let's start with some questions for him. Anybody? Oh, well, I can go ahead. Celin, please tell us what was the biggest request that you have that you just couldn't comprehend? Like, how is this possible? How can I get a request like this? What was that for you? Like, the most surprising?
All right. Simon, can I fire you?
I already got the question that he doesn't want to answer. Okay, let's go. Let's go further with the session. Carlos, go
Well,
ahead. Go ahead.
okay, so
No, Carlos is gonna ask his question. Okay,
okay,
let's
so
go.
then I will come back to that, Simon. I'm not gonna
Yes,
forget. Don't worry.
Oh, hello, Celin. Celin, Sertan, or
Hello, Carlos.
Cetin. How can I say your name?
Chatting.
Chetin. Okay,
Yes,
Chetin.
correct. Perfect pronunciation, Carlos.
Okay. You see, I know Istanbul. I know Istanbul is a very nice city. I remember the Sophia Cathedral. You have in your back a picture of
Yes,
this Sophia Cathedral. I guess now it's a Muslim temple. Okay, maybe they took was touristic. Now I don't know if it's possible to go there. Tell
it
us
is
something
touristic.
about Turkey, tourism in Turkey. For
Yes,
instance, the balloons, the sea. Oh,
yes.
it's fantastic. I just spent one night there.
Well, I hope you have more time, so then you are just gonna explore more, because there is a lot to see when you say about Turkey, and it's not only all about Istanbul, because the history is currently that everybody knows is the war is going on in the Middle East, and this war is just because of this history.
Okay. Turkey deserves a visit. It's a good place to go. Not so expensive like France or England or Italy. It's cheaper and beautiful.
Absolutely. And most importantly, you can taste delicious meals that what Turkey can offer. Almost like when I was in Brazil, that I was just simply indulging myself with the goodies from Brazil.
Okay. Thank you, Chapin.
You're welcome. You're
Carlos,
welcome,
there's a
Carlos.
question. Carlos, were you there on a cruise ship as well?
What, please?
Were you in Turkey during a cruise ship trip?
Oh, yes. We started in Greece. Okay, we went to the city of I guess Ephesus. We
Yeah,
took a look there.
Kuşadası, Ephesus.
Yeah, and then we have a night in a hotel in Istanbul because our flight is to India. Okay, and then we have a break in Istanbul because São Paulo, I guess from São Paulo we went to Greece and then to Turkey in a ship. It's not so big ship, but was very good. The island in the Mediterranean, very good place to go.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Celin, because Carlos likes to go on the cruise ships as well. So he knows he's been to
Very
some
good, very good.
Absolutely. Cruising it is like this lifestyle that it can be, but also it's come with a lot of demands.
Yes.
Oh yes, I imagine.
All right. Thank you, Carlos. Richard.
Thanks, Justin. Yeah, just from my side, I'm interested in to know your life. Where were you born in Turkey? What did you do before the cruising, before you became a butler?
All right. Thank you for that question. That is really nice. So I born in Ashkale, which is like East Anatolia. But my family side, it was from right between Istanbul and Izmir, city called Balıkesir. So basically, just because of my father's job, he was on the army, tank non-commissioned officer. So he has to go from duty to duty, city to city. And my life was always going between the city, and I have to learn how to adapt myself from any kind of condition. So I can just simply tell you with the mathematically that to understand from the primary level, from school to the high school, it's 11 years. And I did change 12 schools in that 11 years. And
Wow.
for the classroom, it's about 26 classroom I did change. So, but that's give me the ability to communicate with everyone, and or let's say it's ease up my communication level with different cultures, different people, and it's really give me the advantage of where I am now. In Turkey, I did start my work history with a waiter in the kebab restaurant, which is very naturally, but it was very famous restaurant where I live. It's a city called Denizli, where is
Okay,
the
sorry, Celin, to interrupt. Eric, would you be able to share your screen with the Google Maps so that we have a better idea of the cities he's mentioning? Because I don't know Turkey that well.
oh yeah.
How far?
Believe me,
How
it
far?
makes both of us. You know, it's, I don't know Turkey well as well, but I've been more or less all around except the Black Sea region.
But how far are the cities like you're talking about, like the capital to
Okay,
Istanbul, for
so
instance?
the city I born, it's Ashkale, it's Erzurum, is in the East Anatolia, and I born over there. I don't remember anything over there because my childhood it was in Kırklareli, which is in the European part of Anatolia. In between is almost like maybe around I can say 900 kilometers in between the cities. And from Kırklareli, I went down to Denizli, which is about 2.5 hours below Izmir, south of Izmir, which most of the guys, you know it, the Hierapolis, Pamukkale, the cotton mountains with the kalkik water, thermal water, city called Pamukkale.
Wait,
I
let's
live
see. Eric, are you able to check the map and share it with us? Okay, so let's see if you can have a better idea. So Izmir, is it correct? Is Izmir like that? So,
uh, is about 2.5 hours down south to Izmir, between Izmir and Istanbul, city called Denizli. Denizle.
like that? Certain.
Well, we are
D,
not there.
can you spell it again?
Okay. D
Oh yeah, there you go.
D
Okay.
E. Yeah, Denizli.
All right. So where is that in Turkey? Can you zoom out a little bit, Eric? Let's see. Zoom out a little bit. So we are in the
Zoom
West
in.
Coast then.
Yes, it's right there. It's uh, yeah, southwest. It's right there. You just pass through. Yes,
Oh,
correct.
okay.
And Eric, if you go all the way to European part of Turkey on the top level, if you point that, yeah, Kırklareli, which is the only two city over there, little bit more right on your right, yes. That's the place that where my little more up on north. Yeah, somewhere on your left as well. That's the Kırklareli, which is my childhood is it has been. So I finished over there my first 2 school years, and then I moved down to Denizli. I stayed in Denizli on and off about 10 years in total in my life, but it was in couple segments. From Denizli, I moved down to Cyprus, which is the island underneath, south of Turkey. Cypern or Cypra, you guys calling?
Well, it looks like it's really far, like by
Yeah.
Cyprus.
Zoom out, Eric. Yes, down to your east.
Cyprus then.
Yes,
Okay.
that's the one.
Oh,
Cyprus. I
wow,
I
that's
did.
far then already.
Yeah, I did finish my elementary level in Cyprus. I get my certificate for elementary school in Cyprus, and from there I go back to Denizli.
But they have the same language? Do they speak Turkish there?
Yes, Cyprus, as you know, is the half and half Greek, half Turkish. And there's a lot of history line over there. It's on the 1500s. The Ottoman Empire rent the island to the English, and English could not make it happen, so it just simply hand over to Greeks, and then all the paperwork it's been somehow vanished on the fire. So now the island is being divided by 2 between the Turks and the Greeks.
Okay. And you never went to school in English. It was always Turkish education.
Well, I did start my English in Cyprus. I study over there. Yeah, that's the Denizli, most famous, the Kokoro, and yes, that is on the center. I was living almost like 4 kilometers beside that that statue. And then if you write down Pamukkale, it's like, or Hierapolis, as in Asian name. Pamukkale, it's spelled as, yes, it's Pamukkale.
Yeah, you found it. And what is that? Is that city or?
Yeah, that is the most famous. It is only 2 around the world exist. It is a thermal water running constantly and leaving the calcs on the mountain, and it's become
Wow.
travertine. You can just simply bath in there. You can just, I mean, it's not a deep, but this is the natural water with the things. And actually, over there, I was working on the engineering. I was just measuring the marbles when they were renovating it. So it's almost like 3-4 months I work over there for that around the pool.
Wow, that's a different kind of job that has
Oh yeah,
hospitality.
now Simone, I've been working too many different kind of job. Like I said, I start my working with the waiter, and from Denizli, I moved down to Antalya, city called Antalya, most popular tourism resort area. And I start as a security guard in the hotel. Le Méridien Hotel is a French hotel chain. And within 6 months, I become the head of the department. I was the
Wow.
only person in the region without doing my army duty, become a head of the security department. So that is Duden waterfall falling down to sea.
Wow, it looks beautiful.
It
Wow.
is. I mean, it is definitely a jewel, and it was so shame. It's only Crystal Symphony went over there 2 times.
To be honest, I've never heard about it. Antalya, I didn't know. Wow, crystal clear water. And it's hot or it's very cold there?
No, it is. I can say the temperature is almost like Rio de Janeiro, but
Oh,
of course,
really?
winter is a little bit more cooler. The winter temperature in the daytime, it's always between 8 and 15. but in the evening, just because we get the cool breeze from the Taurus Mountains, it might go below zero, but most of the vegetation for entire Europe, Russia, and Middle East is being grown in that city.
Okay. So Richard is saying, and I think it's correct. So because of your father's job, because of his job, you had to move around a lot,
Oh, yes.
right? Okay.
And
Then when
from
you
my
were,
professional work, from the security, I jumped to the entertainment department. In Turkey, we called animation, and I was the sports animator. I was the archery instructor, and I was doing all the sport activities, daily activities in the holiday resort. And from there, I become the head of the department on the third year, in my third year. And then in that year that I did apply for the cruise ship, and I started as an assistant waiter job in Crystal Harmony in 1993.
oh, really?
Yeah,
Wow.
I did join the vessel in Tilbury, England. Uh, so it was a big adventure to me. I just go middle of the summer, sometimes in July. It was really nice and hot. And in the first cruise, we go to Norwegian fjords, and I don't have anything warm with me. So when we go to Norway, Malmö, and I just simply run like 9 short sleeve t-shirt on top of each other. I go across to the board and I take a picture with the statue of Malmö, and then I come back. I was freezing. I jump under the hot shower.
So it was your first time
Yes,
experiencing winter.
yes.
But you do have mountains and cold weather in Turkey, don't you?
Oh, yes, yes. But I
It was
didn't know that I was going to, because middle of the summer, you are not expecting that you are going to go in
okay, okay, I
cold
get it.
places. And only time we are going to, I am sure you might remember, we go to Alaska in the summertime, and we go to Norwegian fjords in the summertime, because that's the only time you can muchly see the daylights.
Yeah.
And it is cold for us, but it is summer for the local people.
Yes, I get it. I get it. All right. Renato has a question. Renato, go ahead.
Hi, Celin. I think that the question that Richard made clarifies some information. But you let me understand well. You said that you got a green card in 2018 in US. Am I right?
Yes, 2018, I entered the United States legally, correct.
Okay. So, but then you start working in the vessel in 1993. Okay. So, where did you go? Because I got curious because you said that you get a degree in engineering. So you change your career completely. Am I
Oh,
right?
yes. Well, believe me, I did change my career, and every job I get, I was always climbing up the stairs so fast. And then I was just trying to find a way, which one that I will be lasting or actually comfortably stay and then support myself and my needs more. And then I just simply end up on the cruise ship. I think I've done uh, close to 20 years on the cruise vessel. And on the
Oh,
cruise vessel as well, I started as an assistant waiter. I become a waiter, and then they never want me to join in our dining room as a head waiter. There was a Austrian hegemonia, so the senior head waiter said, Chetin, it's not possible to take you as a head waiter, but I'm going to send you up as a butler. Will you accept it? They offer me, and then I just accept it and I go. And that was the choice of my life, I can say. And I did meet uh, my best friends and my future. I did meet on with that decision. I have quite a number of Portuguese friends that we were working together. We were sharing the room together, and I loved it.
Yeah. So you became a butler in when did you
In the
become a
cruise
butler?
ship.
Cruise ship. So you are leaving Turkey nowadays, or where are you living?
I am living in South Jersey in America now.
Okay. Now I got it. Yeah, now I got it. Okay, and well, I have some questions about Turkey. I don't know how much update are you about yeah, about Turkey, but I can make these questions later. Okay.
No, you can make it up because I'm pretty sure. I mean, it depends on the which area, which related area you're gonna ask, but most
Yeah.
of the time, I know Turkey quite well.
Okay, so I think that Turkey for me is a very eccentric country. Okay, I have a friend that just would come back from Turkey, and she talked a lot well about Turkey, about Cappadocia, about Istanbul, Antalya, and many other places. I'm in contact with her, and he gave me good information. But he was surprised about the inflation because I was a businessman, okay, so I got this kind of economic subject. It's very interesting for me. But I got surprised about the inflation in Turkey, about almost 50% per year. And I say, oh, come on. I think that I faced this kind of inflation when I was in 19, here in Brazil, 1990, something like that. I don't remember. And it was crazy to live in a with a inflation rate like that. Okay. But
It is.
I'm curious about that. How people are dealing with this kind of this level of inflation.
Okay, so if you listen to news, the supporters for the government is going to tell you the interest rate. It's on the double digit, on the lower side, maybe 13 to 14%. But the reality, it's I can say above 60%. So, which is absolutely tragic number, and
Yeah.
that's why the Turkish people, they are ready for any kind of crisis at any time.
Uh,
They're used to it then.
yeah.
Yes, we get used to it. And I can tell you that I am well known in my city, Antalya area. I am a well known hotel manager, especially for the opening hotel, because when any of the hotels opening, and that's the most of the uh, financially supports they do need it, and I can arrange that one with the companies very well. So that's why they were just choosing me to be their manager, especially from the opening well.
Yeah. Okay. Now, yeah, then in terms of religion, Turkey is what's the main religion? Because we have a lot of mosques. Okay, so what's the main religion in Turkey?
Okay, so basically it's around 97% Islam, and the 3% is all around the world is changed. It's a Christian, and all the religion we do have it. And like in Antalya, in Belek area, we do have uh, mosque, church, and uh, Jewish temple next to each other.
Yeah. Okay. No. See.
Because it is, I mean, the Turkey's general population is Islam, but you cannot think like Iran or Iraq or like the Saudi Arabia. It's how you sell it. I mean, I don't like the word of the modern Islam because there is no such a thing. Because when you look at it, all the religion based on the same mentality,
Uh-huh.
being nice to each other, help the other, and live your life with the useful purpose.
Good. Yeah. Good. And yeah, I think because you live close to southwestern of Asia, yeah, and you live
Absolutely.
in Turkey, southwest of Asia, and southern eastern of Europe, yeah. So it's not. very strategic position, you can say,
I
in
did.
terms of,
I can tell you, I did live in city called Mardin. I go my high school second level. I did live in Mardin 1 year, which is like above Iraq. So
Ah,
I live in that area as well. So I know the culture over there. I know the historical places and everything, and it's really nice. It's beautiful places.
yeah, well, how many languages did you get to learn in your life?
Well, I used to speak 7, but
Whoa.
currently I dropped down, except Turkish, I dropped down German and English.
Okay, good. Okay, thank you a lot.
You're welcome.
All right, Meg.
Hi, nice to meet you, Shetty. I think it's super interesting that you have lived in so many different places and met so many people. I'm just curious to know, do you think this was more beneficial to your life or more disruptive? Being in so many different places. So, for example, when you think about progressing financially or even as a person, sometimes you need routine, you need to be settled in a place, right? I like the idea of
Uh,
living in different places, but it's not sometimes a bit disruptive.
yeah, I mean, when you think of it, that it doesn't matter where you live, you are living the same life that what you wanted to live. So your needs are more or less, actually, the human needs are more or less the same. It doesn't matter where you live. And so many different places is give me ability to communicate with the people. And when I start in the entertainment department, we called animation, I start to learn different languages. I mean, I was basically speaking only English. After I graduated high school, I joined a hotel. I start to learn little German. And then the club Hotel Palmariva, uh, I started the entertainment department, archery instruction, and our hotel was hosting. I mean, mainly the guest was coming from France, Italy, and Germany. So I started to learn a little bit of Italian, little bit of French, little bit of German. Continue, and then I joined the vessel, and I start to make it up because the mother company was Japanese. I try to learn little Japanese, and then of course you try to learn a little bit of Chinese and everything. But that's give you ability to uh, comfortable yourself in any kind of environment. I believe that's a plus.
Makes you
Yeah.
stronger, right?
Yes, definitely.
That's good. Thank you.
You're very welcome, Mac. Pleased to meet you.
Thank you.
I think it was a very, very good question because I've been through that as well.
Okay,
And
let's make it some fun. Simone, if I can interrupt, I want to answer some of your first question of yours.
oh yes, please, please. Oh my gosh, I can't wait. I can't wait. Oh, I'm so
It might
curious.
not be that the way that you like it, but we did have guests was requesting every day different type of fruits and vegetables raw in their room.
From which country was the guest?
That might be confidential. It's much better not to say it.
Okay, okay.
There is always, but I mean, he was middle-aged guy, come with the gorgeous girlfriend, and I don't know
Younger?
what they were doing with those fruits.
Younger?
And then we do have the friends that, I mean, they request Johnny Walker Blue or Macallan 25, it's single malt scotch. and his name was Mark. Family name is not interested, but Mark is retired when he was 32.
Whoa.
He was making. He's an American, and he retired when he was 32. He is just simply living his life for giving the financial advice to the different companies.
Yes.
His request was for the first day, upon arriving, open a Macallan 25, make a cheers together, one zip. Then after he was saying, Chetin, the rest is yours.
No way.
And
Wow.
in that time, I mean, it's like $500 or $700 a bottle, you know.
Wow.
So it was really nice, and I mean, it's different. And then we did have, in many of the businesses, we do have secret shopper. They were
Yes.
coming and cruising. I was the butler of Mark Katz. It's the USA Today travel leisure writer. So I've been on the United States, all over in the USA Today magazine, and they were just telling me how fancy job we were doing and everything. And then he write it down on the article, something like that he made a banana test on me, which I was not knowing it, because as you know that in the cruise ship, we used to refresh the fruit basket every day or
But
every
he didn't
second
ask you
whenever it's
for
needed.
your permission, and he just.
No, he didn't, because they get the permission from the top bosses, from the LA office, you
Okay.
know. So he said that I passed the banana test. I was no idea. I have no idea what was the banana test. So banana test, what he was talking about, that he was sticking the toothpicks in the banana in the room. And next day when we changed the fruit basket, all the bananas was refreshed.
Oh, you did such a great job. You see, that was a compliment.
Well, actually, it was not, because we were just simply we were taking one fruit basket from one room, refresh it up, and then changing for that fruit basket and take that one. So that toothpicks most probably go to the other room.
Setting, tell me something. Did you ever get so curious that you pretended to leave the room and you stayed on the door with a glass trying to listen? You could
Well,
get fired for that, right?
actually, I mean, I can say no clearly, because I was really confident, and then I was trusting myself. I can just in and out of the room at any time I want it, because my guest, which I handle, most of the time they were repeaters, and they know me very well, and
Oh,
they give me a lot of abilities that I can freely get in and out in the room. And I can say that we had one lady,
uh-oh, uh-oh.
Crystal Cruises, lovely old lady, cannot step on and everything. Every afternoon, which is my free time, 4 o'clock, we start basically in the afternoon when we have a break, 5 o'clock. And
Yeah.
around 4 o'clock, I was always getting cold because he got stuck on the bathtub.
Where?
In the
Where?
bathtub.
And
In
she
the
was
bathtub.
calling you.
She was only trusting me to take her out of the bathtub. Not even the stewardess, which
And
in
how
charge
old
from
was
the
she? How
room.
old was she?
She was around 88. So this was, believe me, it's not my best of time, you know. But it is give you the good feeling, because even the ship nurse was not able to enter the bathroom
Wow.
to go and help her. She said, no, only Chetin can go in here.
Come in here and touch me.
Well, it's not a touching. I'm just simply
Yes.
struggling to take her from there. I have still backache.
Okay. Eric, you have a question?
Yeah, I wonder because, Turkey is located in Anatolia, which is probably the most significant region in the world as far as history is concerned. I wonder if there's still portions of the wall of Constantinople standing.
Oh, yes.
There's
I
still
mean,
standing walls. You could still see a little bit of the old city over there.
I said not a little bit. You said you can see lots of it, and some of the places that it's restored and it's become a hotel, and you can even live in there.
Okay. Because I
So,
saw a lot of like, oh, it's destroyed. You can't do it anymore because they removed everything. I don't know
well,
how Turkey is with renovation and conservation. Some countries don't do that, some other countries do.
uh, I can tell you something because that is kind of a pain for any kind of uh, future generation because not to see the history or because our governments do not take care of them. I am not blaming of the government, but like when you are just swimming on the history, sometimes you become careless.
Yeah,
So what I mean is we have too many history in Turkey, in Anatolia part.
yeah,
It is like center of the history. The Ark of the Noah is in Turkey. The only mountain you can see the sunrise is in Turkey, is on the same region in Mesopotamia. And Istanbul, it is the city connecting Europe and Asia. So that's why it's very, very strategic place. And you can see a big part of the castles is still standing and it's been carefully renovated. But you can still part of the castles, you can see it's been ruined that drug addicts or homeless people make a shelter to themselves as well in the same place. So yes and no in that question. But when you go to Istanbul, you will be passing through. I mean, when you Google Fatih, Fatih, when you do the image, and you can see the part of the castle that middle of the road is still standing and continue. Topkapı Palace, Çırağan Palace. Çırağan Palace is become a world famous hotel.
right,
And even the Emirate sheikhs, they are making their weddings. They are living uh, millions and millions dollars for a couple nights. So yes, they do take care of it, and no, they do not. So that is like combination.
right. Yeah, I figured usually that's the case these days. They
Yeah,
take care of what
absolutely.
they
I mean,
want to and they just leave the rest.
yeah, I mean, I am living south coast of Turkey. I mean, I was living south of Turkey and city called Antalya, most popular resort area. And on the west side, city called Finike, which is one of the, let's say, number three of the taste wise with the orange growing in that area in the world. It's most delicious and everything. And I was able to walk around by the orange garden, and between the orange trees, you can see the ruins from the Roman Empirement or Lycia Empirement. And it is the lying history over there, but you cannot take care of it. I mean, you have to be even, let's say, the most rich country, if it is the Emirate or Saudi Arabia, can go over there. Their money might be good enough to restore all the ruins.
Right.
for entire country, because like I said, it's like a word, it's saying impression of saying I am swimming in the history, and you cannot take care of all of them that well.
Right. That's interesting. Well, that was
It is very, very well organized place. So the city called Antalya, and go to the west from Antalya, there is a lot of backpackers. They are going over there. They are traveling it because that's the best way to travel. That's what they said. Actually, one of the family group came to stay in our ship. And when I was in charge for the grandfather, which was the big boss, let's put it this way. And his daughter was telling me my street where I am living. And I said, a couple days later, I have a time to talk with her. I said, how do you know that well? I said, I am going backpacking every year for 2 months over there. And she did walk more than me in my place. So it is nice and safe place. You can see a lot of history, and you can really enjoy yourself as long as you know where you are going.
right. Much like in Brazil, but I think in Brazil you
Yeah.
have bigger consequences. You turn the wrong road and
Yeah, absolutely. I've been there. I've been there quite enough to explore around, maybe over 15 time or 20 time. I don't remember the count. I do make hand gliding from Ipanema Beach site. It's number one. Your world number one hand gliding instructor was my guide. So I did hand glide over there, and then with my Portuguese friend, I've been exploring this city quite a well. Sao Paulo is the same thing, but the things most amaze me that in Brazil is Amazon.
right.
Belém and Santarém, I mean, those places that was beautiful as nature as it is. So I hope they can keep it in that way.
All right.
All right, Eric, I think he answered your question, eh?
Yeah.
Vivian, are you getting ready for a question? Dora, do you have a question as well? So let's see if they have some questions.
And I think that I have a curiosity about your accent, Celin. And I think that I think that you didn't lose your accent during the even the living in America. Okay, so how people feel that? How are you received? How are welcome in America because that?
Well, there is no true Americans in America.
Yeah.
Because every people you are seeing in America, it is basically immigrants. I mean, when you see the real Americans is the American Indians. Like in the movies, we see the Cherokees and Cheyennes and things, and they've been destroyed by the colonists, which they moved over here on the 17th century, and they just simply, how you say it, they take in their control, and then the language, as in language, I mean, I am living in America, but main language in my place is Latino, Spanish.
Yeah.
Yeah, so when they are talking with me, I am talking more English than they do. So yes, I do have some accent, but my accent, that's because of its come. I used to speak French and Italian. That's why my accent is a little bit like European English.
Mixed, yeah. And how do you feel in the victory of Donald Trump in your country?
You mean Donald Trump's second winning? Yes. Well, It did not surprise me, but when you are looking at the theories in the world, which was being given with the Simpsons on the TV, let's see how it's going to be, if he's going to be assassinated or not.
Oh, come on, God's sake.
Uh-oh. Okay, let's move on, guys. Vivian, you have a question?
I think Dora was going to, yeah, Vivian. Okay. Hi, Vivian.
Hi. In Brazil, the last, I think, 2 years, it's very common to listen about the Turkish soap operas. They get so famous here, at least, and some platforms as Netflix and others. What do you think about what you listen, it's common to see and listen music and movies or soap operas? What's it more common to watch in Turkey?
Wow. Okay. So if I understand the question right, that what are the Turkish people basically listening and watching by the movies and everything? That's what is the question. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so it is really colorful because even currently I'm living in United States. I listen the latest hit music from the radio app I have in my phone, Turkish radio app. I'm getting the latest hit music from the world from the Turkish radio. And the movies, I mean, like all around the world, when the movies are released, and it's been released in Turkey, and most of the time they are with the Turkish subtitles. So you watch the original movies. So if one movie is being released at the same time that we will be able to watching up, if you have your financial condition enough to go and watch it out. If it is not, after a few after a few months, some people downloading in the internet and you are watching illegally. So like all around the world. But with the music, I mean, myself, I'm very colorful. I do like the standard art music in Turkey. Time to time I do listen. And Turkish pop music, I listen only because of the rhythm. I never listen the lyric. When I enter my car, I have my radio up. It's start on play and I'm listening the music, but I just listen to the rhythm. And it's just basically any kind of music, I can say.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome, Vivian.
And in Turkey, do you listen more foreign songs or your proper songs, your own songs?
Well, we do have, I can say, in 7 different category, maybe more now. It's category music that you can listen. And when you're listening to Turkish art music, it's basically when you start to get a little bit aged, like the wine, that you start to listen those music more. When you are young, you go for a Turkish pop or the foreign pop music. And if you are into the Latino music, you listen to Latino music. And I was getting dance salon dance courses in Turkey in the ship, so I'm really more into it, and I never have any problem. But basically, rock, hard rock, and everything you can listen it up, and thanks to the media that they are providing those music for entire world, so they can just listen up.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you
You're
for
very
sharing.
welcome.
Okay, Dora, you ready?
Yes, I am. Hello.
Hi, Dora.
Hi. Um, you're living now in America and you
Correct.
feeling good, you're doing your things, you're working there.
Yes.
Do you think about stay there all in your life, or would you like to move back to Turkey when you're going to be a little bit older?
Well,
Did you think
first
about
of
it?
all, yes, and I do get this as a compliment because I'm currently 56. So,
Well, I cannot see you, but you have a young energy, okay?
yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you, Dora. Well, like I said, so I moved in America 2018. So this is my year 6. And I managed to find my way around because I do not have the lack of language, so I can find a job very easily, and then do a little bit of strategy. I purchased my house because instead of paying a rent $2,000, I rather pay for my own mortgage a little over than 2,000, but I did put the money in my bucket. So when you come to the decision to stay in America or go back to Turkey, I can tell you clearly that I will go back to Turkey. But number one, I am going to get my retirement from America, which I do have around 11 more years that I have to work. And I am planning to get my retirement. And then I have to wait for my wife's retirement because we do have 7 years gap between me and her. So as soon as she retired, that I am planning to go back to Turkey because I live all my life over there. It's my culture over there. But if the questions, if my kids going to go back to Turkey, that I don't know because currently they are really happy over here. They start to educate from over here. And time to time we are talking about, you want to go back to Turkey? And their answer is not satisfying. But for myself, I am planning to go back.
Thank you. I asked that because my experience is a lot of people moving out to foreign countries and they're living their whole life there. And when they getting retired, they prefer to go back to their own country. It's probably, I don't know, the culture or traditions or who knows what, but yeah. But thank
Well,
you.
actually, it's not only that because I am retired from Turkey, so I am already get my retirement, and I can tell you that my retirement salary with the current rate is about $300.
Yeah.
Okay, and I do have, thanks God, that I used to have my apartment, and the rent of apartment it is around $800 to $1,000. So if you do not have your own house in Turkey, and if you are depending only with your salary, you cannot live there comfortably. And just because that I used to work on the cruise line, I did earn some foreign money and I invested in the good way. I do have some plans to move over there and live after retirement if the God will. I'm planning to live over there because I do miss everything about it.
Mm.
And I am 100% sure if I used to born in Rio and then stay over there till my mid 40s, and after that I moved to America, one way or the other way, that I am not going to be staying in America unless if you're living in Miami or Florida in that area, which is mostly Latino culture, that there is no difference. But I am sure I would be willing to go back to Rio and then live the life over there till I uh, till I passed over. My time is over in this world.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
You're
for your
very
answer.
welcome, Dora.
Thank you.
Well, I think that was the last question, guys. It's time. We made it 1 hour long. Settings, thank you so much for your, like Dora just said, your energy is just so great. It didn't change at all from back then when we met you. Like I think Richard can say the same. He's pretty much the same guy. Lots of fun, great energy. And I'm so glad you did this for us to get to know Turkey. You're the first one from Turkey, and there's still so much to know about your country. And I hope to see you again here because it's lots of questions still.
You're very welcome. We can set up one another time. It's no big deal. As long as we fit the time, it's definitely like today I am free, I'm off, and the only things that I was thinking that it's 3 p.m. with our last conversation in the messenger. So it's become 2 p.m., but we made it.
Oh,
So
the time
next,
changed. That's correct. Oh, well,
yeah,
have to be careful with
actually, I
that.
never think about that. Yeah, absolutely. So there's no time change in Brazil yet?
In Brazil, no, but in Belgium it changed. I was talking to Richard about it, and it changed in Belgium. We used to have the same time, so now we have 1 hour difference, and with you, it's like 5 hours now. So it's a little bit getting used to it. But next time I will get it right, so don't worry about
No
it.
worries, no worries. I mean, I did ask Google what time in Rio now, and then
True,
Google
it's
said 3
true.
p.m. and that's why I told you 3 p.m., you know?
I
So that's all
remember
right.
that.
In the end,
Yes.
the communication is easy. We just simply message each other. Phone was next to me, and we made it up. So I'm really happy to meet with all of you guys, and you never know, we can meet again.
Yes, that would be lovely. Okay, for all of you, thanks so much for being here. Next Saturday we have also Dora. Dora is going to be here talking about Hungary, so I hope to see some of you. If not, next time. Thank you so much, and y'all have a great afternoon and evening, okay?
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Thank you, guys.
Good night,
Thank
everyone. Good
you.
afternoon.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye
You.
bye.
Bye.
Everyone. Bye
Meet
bye.
you.